everyone. Great to come here. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce you guys a new protocol we are building called PingAI. We are building an open platform for personal AI, and we're trying to democratize the entire on-device intelligence for everyone. So you probably have all looked at, like, say, GPT-4o demo that you can just pull up your voice model and it can just talk to you in a really nice way. And you probably also see Apple's WWDC, where you can just pull up your Siri, and the Siri can literally just talk to you and fulfill your thing. But they are all closed systems that basically Apple will not let anyone touch their users' data, and they will basically put everyone as just a small dingling thing in their giant system. OpenAI is probably even more closed now. And what we are doing is basically open up this whole ecosystem that we can allow on-device intelligence for everyone. Use less good phone, and also for all the developers that want to participate and want to interact with your personal data. So this is the design overview of our whole ecosystem. So let me start with an example so that you understand what we are actually doing. So let's say if you want to talk to your phone and say, hey, I want to order some nice Japanese food, and I want to come to my apartment in the next, say, 40 minutes. And if you ask this to Siri, it will probably just prompt you with, say, Uber Eats screen. And what we are trying to achieve is that your on-device model becomes a CEO's executive assistant for you, so that it can have all your personal data, know your preference, and can know, okay, I really like sushi, and I'm a very expensive guy. I like a Michelin 3-star sushi, and I'm allergic to uni. I cannot have uni, and I live in, say, Midtown. So all this information, so that you can just tell it, I want some good Japanese food, and it can order all these things. So what does it require to actually fulfill this dream of having such ecosystem that you have your AI executive assistant? First, you need to bring people's data through this data connector, so that the executive assistant knows about all your behavior, all your data, and it needs to be all your data, including your Telegram, your Facebook, all your past history of digital existence. So this is not something even Apple today can do. They can only do first-party apps. And the second step is to build a personal index that actually understand you, similar to how, say, Wikipedia build kind of a Wikipedia page about Donald Trump, or how, say, Google build an index for any website, right? We're building this personal indexing. And on top of it, we have a hybrid model of on-device model and a server bigger model, where for all the simpler queries that a server model and the on-device model can both handle, will by default go to the on-device model that respect your privacy better. And if the problem is really complex, we'll roll it up to the server model that with a trusted environment to solve it. And on top of that, we have this intent matching protocol, which is actually the most important part from a blockchain angle. We're actually opening up a new market that is a market for intent. What does market for intent mean? It means I want to eat some good food is a query that comes from user. And in the end, there will be a bunch of concrete intent for okay, some a set of sashimi and sushi and tempura need to be delivered to this room 40 minutes later. And this request will be routed to a bunch of online agents. For example, Uber Eats agent and DoorDash agent. And all these things will basically fight for the intent. And this is kind of the new generation of DeFi market that is fulfilled by our protocol. So concretely, let's look at each of the components. So the model part, I assume it's relatively straightforward if you have saw Apple Intelligence. So we are building actually better models than Apple Intelligence today. And we are like training all the models. And for the personal indexing, we are trying to really respect privacy, and we have a model that is your privacy guardian. And on top of that, we like really try to build your personal knowledge graph that really understand you. And in the end, we're trying to serve all the personal assistant models with all this data so that it really do personalization for you. And we have two special constructs, the data connector and agent link. The data connector is a permissioned protocol that allows third-party developers to actually develop wrappers around, say, like all your, like, say, Telegram, your TikTok, so that all your personal data can be merged into this personal indexing. And we invite all the developer and like dev studios to participate and build, say, the most popular data connector in Brazil that we don't even know like which app is there. And in Agent Link is even more open. It's a permissionless system that will like turn all the, say, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, all into like different type of agents, like riding agents, food delivery agents, and they will compete with each other. And in the end, we have this protocol that we connect all the users' needs through this on-chain protocol that do intent matching to different use cases. And we have our PIN token that actually fulfill all this economical activity. From the previous example, right, the user will actually pay gas fee to use the query, but in the meantime, the query will be really amplified with all the personal information, and then there will be a bunch of intent plus contextual data that goes to different services, and all these services will like actually fight for which one can fulfill this use case better, and the one service that win will like get this query and fulfill the entire intent and close the loop, and they will pay the protocol for intent fee and also contextual data fee. And in the meantime, the user will pay, let's say, Uber Eats for fiat. And we have a protocol that uses ZK proof to basically show you have a real-world payment, so that this whole ecosystem have external value that goes into the agent link that goes into Uber Eats, right? Supposedly, your Uber Eats will have like a kind of rebate program that pays for the developer that develop agent link. And the agent link will get like this rebate from, say, Uber Eats in dollar and pay the protocol in PIN. And there is one interesting component, which is how do we bootstrap this network? We call it proof of engagement, where we actually initially pay users for data onboarding, and later pay users for the intent fulfillment. For example, you are a user and using like Siri, they will not give you any incentive to like connect your Gmail data, your Facebook data, right? And in fact, Apple probably not even able to connect to your Facebook data. But for us, since we have all this incentive mechanism, and also with Web3, the user owns their data and they can decide, okay, I want to build my personal indexing better and connect all my accounts from all my Web 1, Web 2 applications to my personal indexing. And the more accounts they connect to their personal indexing via data onboarding, the more ping they will get initially. So that this will allow us to bootstrap a very big network on the consumer side. And when the user actually start to use the AI, they will basically have the like intent fulfillment if they're like, say, I want to eat some nice food is very perfectly like fulfilled, right? They will get encouraged for like their personal assistant gets better and better. Okay, so in the end, love to get everyone's feedback, and we are creating this Telegram group where I want everyone to scan here and potentially like join the group so that we can do conversations from here. Yeah, thanks so much.